Hello and welcome everybody to this week's WrestleSlam podcast, the only place for your news, reviews, booze, and a new member of the WrestleSlam team. The patron, the capo, el jefa. He's got a lot more kids. Congratulations to our boss, the one and only Jerry, who welcomed a beautiful little girl this week named Madison. So we are only too delighted, guys. Congratulations to Jerry and to Tasha and the boys as well to have a little sister to dote over and protect as they should. But of course, she'll be well able to look after herself, and she'll be joining us next week for her review of Survivor Series. She might as well. I mean, Jerry's going to be up with her for the night, so he might as well watch it and get her input as well. Completely unbiased because she won't know what's going on, bless her. So yeah, huge congratulations. We are delighted to extend the WrestleSlam family and let everybody in the Slammiverse know. Guys, the news this week. Oh, I nearly forgot. Sensational Queen Lizzie, not looking too sensational today, but this is what happens when you're moving house. Booker T 5 times is here with us.
On the wrong side of the road here. We're driving in America, are we?
Oh yeah, look, yeah, it's Jerry and it's Liz. Jerry and Liz. And of course, he is the one fan of both VK and TK. They love dropping the scoops to our Phil Meltzer. Guys, fantastic. Fabulous to be here in Ireland this evening, I suppose, wherever you're joining us from the world. Thanks for joining and looping in with us for our podcast. Lots happening in the world of wrestling this week, and the most underprepared pay-per-view to happen as well tonight. We'll get into it all. We're going to crack straight in because the news this week, I had to write it down. There was just so much. I'm going to have to fly through the lot of it. Kicking straight in with it, guys. 8 more WWE superstars were released this week. Hate to start it on a sad note, but it's the fact of the week. This makes it. We were chatting about this earlier. We've all kind of been chatting about it as well in our group convo. Yeah. Like, that's 82 wrestlers this year, right? That's a lot to take in, and it's not December yet. There could be more, we don't know. And we know the contracts are up for negotiation as well currently, and they're probably going to fight hard to keep them for an extra few months because then they don't know what to do with them, so they'll go anyway. Yeah. But let me say this, it is very, very difficult to support this promotion. It's making it harder and harder to support. Now, I know it's not a wrestling company anymore, it's pure entertainment, but it just leaves a sour taste in your mouth. The events that we would be normally super invested in and cannot wait to attend when they tour again, and, you know, rumors of a WWE pay-per-view stadium type in the UK next year that we would have happily traveled over for on the first flight and stayed a week and, you know, spent a fortune and been really, really invested in. Now, not so much. It takes its toll, you know. You actually really does kind of pull on the heartstrings, but you're like, what's the fucking point? You pretty much feel this way, love, don't you?
Yeah. Cancelled the WWE network yesterday.
Yeah. Just don't want to give them a penny.
They have enough money. If they're having budget cuts, then I'm having a budget cut. I'm moving house. They're not having any more of my money.
Like, you're not the first person that said that, because there's a few people I know have done it.
Yeah.
I only personally keep it for the old stuff because we watch really old. We watch a lot of the old, the old stuff.
Yeah.
But like Survivor Series tonight's going to be like, it'll probably be good because the wrestling will be good, but just everything else about it is just so boring and just hard to watch.
For sure, it's lackluster.
We'll get into it at the end, but
we will get into it. But it just makes it really, really hard to watch and invest in it because you just feel so bad and you fear for your favorites. You know.
But the thing is, like, did you see the Drake Maverick video?
Yeah.
Yes.
That was quite well done.
Brilliant.
Very well done. We were chatting, and I think he was given a year extension contract from his last race. I think
that would make sense.
Of the year, maybe. Yeah, I would say, you know, it would make sense because I think as well. Then Drake Maverick's not stupid. He's been around the block a while, so I think that maybe he was well prepped. You know, he knew. So he was, you know,
it could have easily been a case of like, you're just getting married and you need 1 year to stay in America before your whole process.
Totally. I think it was, you know, it was more of a practical decision.
He'll be snapped up.
Oh, we will.
Yeah.
He's fab. He's so good. Like even a Spud, you know what I mean? So like he's so good. So hopefully,
please do not go back to that stuff with him in the woods. That was horrible.
No, I think he'll go to AEW. And I said it a few weeks ago that they need more UK
characters.
but they need more UK and Irish talent on the roster if they're going to come over and tour the UK or even do a show. Like so, they do. They're big into their homegrown talent. So if they have maybe like Anthony Ogogo and Pac, they need somebody else like Drake Maverick. He's like a British Orange Cassidy, really. Like he's great on the mic.
Yeah, 100%. That's a really, really good call. And what homegrown crowds are like. You see what happens with CM Punk, but they're so invested in their local talent. And God help us, Drake Maverick will just be like roared out the building. We love him, and we'd like to see him reunite as well with his former best friend tag team partner on the indie circuit as well sometime. Because I'm sorry, that tag team tune was just beautiful, wasn't it? Dee-dee. Oh, I used to whistle it coming out. I loved it. I thought it was hilarious. He's so nobody could have pulled that off except him.
What drove me mad was Hit Row, because like it's almost like, did Vince McMahon not even see these guys before he?
Oh my God!
He wouldn't get them.
He wouldn't get them. Yeah,
he's no longer do-rag Vince. Like he wouldn't understand that shit.
And it's a shame because they're ready-made. You know what I mean? They were destined for stardom. It was like, look, if they split up, some of them will be okay and some of them won't. Let's face it. But I would love to see them pop up as a group on another promotion and show them exactly what they're missing by letting them go, because that's just nuts. Like
it was like all these releases sparked them. I don't know if you've seen it, but there's a rumor that Triple H was trying to start his own promotion.
I've seen that a lot.
I saw two sides to the story online today. Actually, people saying it was a rumor killer and it's not happening. But
he's not well enough to start.
No, he's not. He shouldn't be well enough. But if he was,
like he probably could walk into AEW if he really wanted to.
I'm sure it's something he would be proud, wants to do in the future if he had, chance to run WWE. But I don't think he'll ever have the option to run WWE.
It's almost like Manchester United. Like they're just a brand.
That's all it is. Yeah. That's all it is. It's all about making money.
Yeah.
People come. The people in WWE don't even come second. They're way down the pecking order.
No. Yeah. And it's a shame because the cross brand wrestling would be phenomenal. Do you know what I mean? It would be so good. And it's a shame that there's this big fucking Berlin Wall between it, but
there's going to be another round of releases, I'd say, because there's a few of them like Timothy Thatcher and one or two more that are like pushing 40 and they've no use for them.
Oh, there is definitely. I'm worried for Dominic Dijakovic.
Yeah, very
worried, and it's such a shame.
I'm actually not worried for anybody. They're better off somewhere else.
Oh, totally. No, not from a a future point of view. I'm on about like we're 5 weeks out from Christmas and you've lost your job. That's what I mean. And it's not that the last thing I want to be doing now is negotiating a fucking contract for, especially when you can't compete until February.
Yeah, well, they'll still be getting paid for the 90 days either way. Like,
but
it take 250 grand a year,
Yeah, I know, but you're unemployed. It's uncertainty. Yes, know your bills are paid for the next 3 months.
I reckon shorter contracts have to come in. Like they have to do 1 year, 2 years.
Our contract with some kind of a clause in it when they're negotiating it. I mean, I'm not being funny. You're negotiating a contract with the machine. You need sound advice. You know what I mean? Like I just think a lot of them need sound advice from a good lawyer.
Well, Daniel Bryan put it right last week. He said that if they're able to give you 90 days notice, you should be able to give them 90 days notice. If you're not happy,
exactly.
Good job. You should walk away. You're not happy.
100%. Yeah, exactly. And just sound advice. They need sound advice from someone. Exactly. They need to put an input in. They need to negotiate these contracts more because I feel a lot of them have been strong-armed by flashy figures.
How long more do you reckon they have? Because if once they lose people like us, because we're the kind of the ones that kind of hang on to it.
We do, and that's for this purpose more than anything, because sometimes it's extremely difficult to watch. We say it every week. Can't tell you the last time I watched Raw. I just can't. It's mind-numbingly.
It's not even boring. It's toxic now at this point.
It is. It's so hard to watch it, and you just you find yourself just rolling your eyes and huffing and puffing and tutting more than watching what's going on. It's super, super difficult. Give them time though, but I'm just being entertained elsewhere. It's just not happening for me. So
even Impact is a better show.
100%. Oh, we'll get into that. I said 100%, much, much better. Just you know, it just appeals to the wrestling fan and not just this big hyped up money machine, which apparently like is losing money because of all these budget cuts. But good thing out of that is that we're seeing bookings already showing for people who were released 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago. I like that they're already saying, you know, we're going to be at this in February, we're going to be at that in February. You know, some people are going one route about it, some people are going another route about it, with Taya Valkyrie on Twitter, etc., like that. So it's good to see that they are booking them elsewhere. On that note, just a quick side note, because I kind of spotted this and it freaked me out. Frankie Monet, Taya Valkyrie is now gone. Okay. And I don't know if you spotted on NXT 2.0, Tony D'Angelo, there we go. I had to mention him. That Persha and Pirata wrestled alone in a 2-on-1 handicap on NXT 2.0, because Indy was looking out for Dexter, right? Now, maybe I'm a complete conspiracy theorist. If I am, but you know, when you get that gut punch and you go, oh God, something's going on here. Dexter Loomis was seen the previous week backstage in Smackdown, right? And I'm worried that Dexter and Indy are going to be called up because Robert Stone came out at that match as well for Persha. And I'm worried that she is going to be the replacement for Frankie Monet, and Indy and Dexter are going to be called up and slotted into where Karrion Kross and Scarlett were going to be somewhere. I'm going to try and make that team work on them because Dexter is a little bit strange, the same way Karrion Kross was.
That makes sense.
It does, but that makes me fear for, you know what I mean? You can't help but fear after you saw the absolute shambles they made of Karrion Kross and Scarlett and the talent of the duo, you know? So I was just like, oh my God, I have an awful feeling that we...
Speaking of the NXT, I'm actually really worried for the women in the War Games.
Yeah, like, and even War Games, like, where's William Regal?
Did they say he was sick for a while?
I don't know, but I just feel like he is War Games. Do you know what I mean? He is like, it's just, he makes us take it so serious, you know, but now I'm just kind of like, there's too many people in NXT.
It's just the women getting a War Games match. There's no one for the men, is there?
There is, I think. There will be. Yeah, there will be. I think it's going to be more. It's like Ciampa and Gargano and stuff like that. But even though Gargano,
them two up, are they?
I don't know, because we'll just be getting this again, which is all fine. But just like, why bring up all these new stars if we're going to go? Because this is not nostalgia. NXT isn't nostalgia just yet from 3 years ago. It's not. It's not nostalgia. So stop trying to brush it off. Anyway, I could rant about that all day because it's so much to rant about. Moving on. From that, guys. Kenny Omega's pretty banged up.
Yeah.
Poor fucker's battered. So you know me, I love to hate Kenny Omega when he had all the belts, but you know, I have a newfound respect for him considering he's bashed. Shoulders
putting on that match with that injury.
He did, yeah, exactly. Yeah. And his next match was cancelled as well for the AAA. So good. Let him take some time out, heal up, get what he needs done, and then come back with a brand new, fresh feud, which I'm hoping is possibly against Adam Cole. That's just my own personal.
He's currently in Wales at a Comic-Con.
Yeah.
So that's him taking a break.
I know, but look, you know, he's probably.
I mean, like, I'm giving him props. Like, he should be, you know, resting his injuries. But he's obviously took a flight to Wales or wherever he flew into to get to Wales for this Comic-Con that's going on. So,
well, do you know what? That's testament to him.
I know, yeah,
for keeping his bookings, you know, and then let's hopefully he goes and, you know, gets whatever he needs done, and comes back in, you know, better than ever, you know.
Just speaking of Wales there, like Teagan Knox is perfect for AEW.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, she is.
Yeah, another homegrown star that they could have in from the UK.
I just don't want to see her on Dark just in random matches. That's my only.
She could be. I say they might be fearful because she's injury prone. You know, that's the only thing is that. But do you know what then as well? Like, maybe it's the scenarios that she was in NXT and WWE is the reason she's injury prone. Do you know what I mean? That like maybe she'll be taken better care of.
But I know though that she got injured on the last OTT show she was at.
Oh really?
Yeah,
okay, then that's fair enough.
Yeah.
Right. So, okay, maybe a bit of fine tuning and maybe a little care or something, who knows? But I think that's a good call for AEW for her. Guys, then we are fresh out of Impact Turning Point. So that was a pretty stacked show as well. And we saw Moose battle long-term rival Eddie Edwards. Now, Moose went over for this, but to get greater insight on this match and the build up to it, our exclusive interview with Eddie Edwards is actually on the WrestleSlam YouTube channel. So if you haven't subscribed, what are you doing? Get on it, because it gives a really, really good feel as to where his head is at where his head was at going into this match, and then to see the final product last night. So definitely worth a listen. Directly after this podcast, our exclusive with the one and only Eddie Edwards. Guys, coming on from that then as well, we had a few things coming out of Turning Point that were eye-openers. Expected, some not expected. Expected Jonah made his debut by attacking Josh Alexander. I think we all kind of knew that was coming.
Yeah.
Wasn't sure that I was still waiting to see if it was going to be Josh. What's going on? Josh Alexander. What is going on?
That's going on the bloopers.
Totally. Josh Alexander. So great. Looks like it's sparking a new feud. Good for Jonah. Absolutely fab. Why not? Because I think he's still doing a line with New Japan as well as Impact. So yeah, good for him.
He battered him though, didn't he?
Oh my god.
Brilliant. I didn't see the whole thing, but I saw bits of it. But yeah, that was outstanding.
Josh Alexander's contract coming up as well. Was there talks of his contract coming up? Was he due?
I'm not sure actually.
That's somewhere last week.
I know he's on about retiring because his like little son beat him. Do you know? But I thought that was quite cute because I know, and the son is just like, I love that his daddy is his idol. I think that's just amazing. But yeah, great to see this new feud. Poor Josh got tenderized like a steak. But let's see where it goes. Also, Deonna Purrazzo came out and tore the shit out of Mickie James.
Loving her new direction. I really like her new direction.
Deonna Purrazzo.
Yeah, because did you see the last Impact where she just didn't? I just love the glasses and just being arrogant and just not speaking. It just adds more to it than her talking.
Yeah, she has presence, you know, and I think to build on that, absolutely, Phil, you're bang on, you know.
Probably only has a year left with him, I'd say.
Yeah, do you think she's getting the title back when she goes to the rematch in January for Hard to Kill?
She might do, but like, does she need it? I don't think she needs it.
I'd love her to go to. I know Impact don't need to lose her, but I'd love her to be the one to beat Britt Baker.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, because she's there.
Double or nothing. When's that? March or May or something? Is it?
May.
I'd be tempted to go over for Double or Nothing.
I'd love to go to it.
I'd be very tempted to travel over for Double or Nothing. Do you know what I mean? And that's the other side of the pond. Then rather than go to the UK for some makeshift
show,
crown fucking jewel. But yeah, I won't mind just seeing maybe getting a quick run, but this is nothing against Mickie James because I have the utmost respect for Mickie James, but I want the belt on someone else. Mickie James doesn't need it. She has hero status. She has legend status. Somebody else needs that belt.
Yeah.
You know, cool. So that's quite a lot of the news that we went through this week.
One thing there as well about Impact, because I was talking to my brother about this. I'm dreading Frankie Monet coming back to start this gun thing again.
I don't know if she'll come back. Would she come back to Impact?
She might.
Is there? I keep saying AEW. Is there a place for her in AEW? Would she suit their style?
I don't know.
Maybe she might be a good fit for the likes of Nyla Rose or the likes of a good opponent for the likes of, because the way we had like Awesome Kong. We don't have many people who can go toe to toe with Nyla Rose. I don't think we do anyway, and I think for a believable feud, I think Taya Valkyrie's probably maybe the most believable. I think she probably set up some good feuds. And as well, as you say, how does she slot into Impact? Has Impact, and this is nothing against her, but has Impact evolved more while she's been gone?
Oh yeah, I would say.
Does she fit the new mold? Do you know what I mean? So
hard to know.
Yeah, it's kind of hard to tell, but that's a really, really good call. She could have a run in AEW, and to be honest, she deserves it. She's worked hard, and NXT was not her fault. And the fact that she was let go while her husband was touring the UK for the company that let her go is just the biggest load of ever,
Impact also announced the first ever women's Ultimate X. Oh
my God, yeah, what did you make of that?
It's a long time coming. I would have thought a ladder match would have been before that, but I'll be interested to see. Did they announce who was in it?
I don't think so. Not at this stage, but I'd say we'll be drip fed now over the next few bits.
It's dangerous enough.
It's a dangerous match, yeah.
For the women, like, you know, I'm not saying.
I would reckon it'll be Rachel Ellering and people like that who kind of know.
Yeah. They need a good
Eddie Edwards' wife or anything like that in that kind of match.
No, I think I think they'll put up, because it's been announced at this stage. I think it's going to be quite there'd be quite a lot of prep going into this, seeing as it's like the first time, to make it look as best as they possibly can make it look. But yeah, I think you definitely need some strong spearheads and experience in there in order to make this match work and protect those who are unfamiliar with working in such a style.
Would not feel like, you know, the Digital Media Championship, would that not better off being like a women's X Division belt or something along those lines?
Maybe. I mean, Jordynne Grace is going to wear that well. Do you know, there is absolutely no doubt about it, because she's just ridiculous. I'm sorry, that woman is she's amazing. I have such huge respect and admiration for her. But maybe it's nice that it's something different too. Do you know, that kind of a way. But it'd be interesting to see if who's going to challenge it. You know what I mean? Like, who could take that off her, being who she is and what she does.
Long-term storytelling says Rachel, but that's just me.
Yes, they teased that previously, but I think is that my foot there? Sorry, my foot's kicking the stuff over. But yeah, it's teased it before, but I with you and that, feel like that's a feud I'd like to see, and if it's for that, amazing. Rachel Ellering now needs to come up with a whole host of social media videos and stuff, and it would be nice if she done some kind of, not so much an impersonation, but like a kind of a watered down version of what Jordynne Grace does and stuff, and then just like start the feud off, and like we'll get the little bit of bitchiness versus the strength as well.
Yeah, exactly.
With that, guys, tonight we are going into the pay-per-view, I think, this year that I absolutely have given the least shit over. I had to look up the card tonight. That is how invested I am in this. I couldn't give one flying continental fuck. I have no idea what's going on. The build is shocking.
They kept changing the teams, and that was like, what the fuck?
It's ridiculous, and it's so hard to get invested. We're already having a hard enough time in NXT 2.0 because we've new faces every 2 minutes, trying to track who's doing what with whom, who is the feud, what's their gimmick, what's their style. Oh, there's Tommaso Ciampa. It's hard enough to get our head around it, and then we kind of go for a bit of security, normality, and stability to the main roster, loosely using that term, and we still don't know what the fuck is going on. It's so hard. But we'll run through the card. Let's see what our predictions are. I will have to look down for this because off the top of my head, not a fucking notion. So, don't know what the running order is going to be for these matches yet, but this is what's on the card. Why this match is happening, I have no idea, other than the fact that they're on two different brands. Okay. We have the US champion Damian Priest taking on the Intercontinental Shinsuke has to pee. Intercontinental champion Shinsuke Nakamura. Like
every year,
yeah. The thing is, that could at least be like you're not in the top 10 in the Royal Rumble or something.
Give us something. Like, it's the US champion versus the Intercontinental champion, but like there's not even like, there hasn't even been like a bragging rights, a full-on face stare down bragging, nothing. Like, you know, how do you get us invested in this match? This match should be an absolute ball buster. Like, it should be, considering the two of them. It could be amazing, the match, and they have to work twice as hard now to get people invested in tonight's match because the people who pay them aren't invested in it.
Yeah, I'd say Priest wins it. That's just what I think.
Yeah.
They care more about him than they care about Nakamura. So
correct.
Well, how long has Nakamura had the IC title?
3 months? 3-4 months.
He's defended once.
Yeah. And there's no titles on the line for this, just bragging rights?
No, it's the same every year. They never have a title. Well, not normally. Last time they had a title on the line in Survivor Series was the NXT title, Pete Dunne and Adam Cole.
Yes.
That was the last time a title, as far as I remember, was ever on the line.
Yeah, I remember this, yeah.
But there's literally, there's been absolutely no willy waving over this at all.
I was thinking there yesterday about that Keith Lee Survivor Series moment. I think that might be one of the last genuine moments that I really loved.
Well, so last time you were actually invested in Survivor Series as a pay-per-view, like when NXT
going into that, there was no investment. It was just what Keatley did in that match.
But like they had the invasion, NXT invading before.
Though, because of what happened in Saudi.
I know, yeah, but it still felt a bit real. Like it felt like we're about to see something special. Like the whole invasion angle going back to fucking WCW days. Like felt like it was something different, and that's why we were investing in it back then. Like, but now it's just who gives a fuck? Like what the full of Raw, the whole team of Raw were all on SmackDown a few weeks ago before they got drafted to Raw. Like, why should they care?
Yeah, they don't have the right to brag. They really don't. And when you think about it, like now, go back to when Becky Lynch's nose was bust and she's covered in blood wearing a SmackDown shirt in the crowd. Like how the mighty pay-per-view has fallen. Like nothing.
I think it's gotten worse since they came out and apologized. Was that 2 years ago?
Who?
They all came out into the ring and said, "We're very sorry for how bad it is."
The Authority were taking over. That must be 3 years, Phil. I think that's 3 years. Yeah,
3 or 4.
And it's like, but imagine having to come out and apologize for how bad your show is. It will just goes to show how bad it is now that they're not even going to come out and apologize.
The thing is, like, if USA and Fox just said, "Lads, this is crap," they'd have to change it.
They won't. Yeah. It's all about ad revenues. They don't care. It's all about money. Fox and USA are happy with the money that's coming in. WWE they're not going to change anything.
Give it time, because people chop and change their minds so quickly. I think give it time. From that, then we have the Raw Tag Team Champions, RK Bro versus the Smackdown Champions, which are the Usos.
The only good thing about this is Randy Orton's breaking a record.
Yeah. There's something to this, you know what I mean? So it was obviously important that he was on the card, but and I think you see, it's hard to tell. Then you see, with Randy Orton breaking a record and being, a firm favorite behind the scenes, no doubt, can we see him losing?
No.
So what happens then if the Usos lose another match? Is there going to be
consequences for me?
Consequences for the bloodline, exactly. So this is not good for either team, win or lose. For either team to lose.
And the thing is, as well, there's no pay-per-view for 6 weeks, is it?
First January,
yeah, the 1st of January.
But that, they could lose the titles on a random Raw in December, like some fucking stupid fucking Christmas street fight or whatever they normally do.
Yeah.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
The one with all the ring covered in fucking trees and presents and shit.
Yeah. That figure throwing presents and Bobby Roode backing him up.
I remember it because I remember Dean Ambrose, like, in the Christmas box 1 year.
Well, like Matt Riddle's win-loss record since he's been on that tag team, has been terrible. Like, he keeps losing matches against AJ and Omos, or this week where he gets pinned. Randy never gets pinned.
Yes.
So it won't hurt Randy if Riddle gets pinned in this match. They're still going to be tag team champions at the end of the day. Like, but I think you're right that Randy shouldn't be losing this record. But
no,
I think so.
And
it'll be more intriguing to watch SmackDown if the Usos are in trouble anyway. Better when no one's looking down at them saying you did it again, you fucked up again.
Yeah. But if RK Bro win this, we need to split them up.
Well, there's the days coming. I think WrestleMania is the match.
Yeah.
Something, it has to give. We need to go. But Jesus, don't do it the week before WrestleMania. Give us a bit.
Can't Riddle be like this big MMA heel? Like,
he will be. I think he'll be the heel on this feud. He'll turn around. Randy keeps letting him down. You're never there for him.
Yeah. I hope he does, because when Riddle goes, he can fucking go.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I mean? So hopefully now the goofiness is over, because it is a little bit long. From that then, out of nowhere, we'll just rob a little bit of off Randy Orton there. So literally out of nowhere, we are having a 25-man battle dual brand battle royale, or something along those lines.
Is that on the pre-show or is it actually on the main card?
To be confirmed.
It wouldn't surprise me if it's on the pre.
So, but the thing is, right now, obviously it's a dual brand. What's the stipulation? What's the prize? What's the goal? What do you get if you win this?
Oh, the Rock.
I win for my team.
Isn't it called the Rock Battle Royal or something?
Yes, yeah. But like, is the Rock going to come out and shake his hand?
No.
Is he going to zoom straight in from the jungle and say thanks so much for winning my battle royale, that I'm not there and don't really give a shit about you riding on the coattails of my anniversary?
What bugs me is AJ Styles in this match.
Well, like this is it. Like, surely the winner should be like, you get a number one contender spot for a title match of your choice down the line, and AJ wins. Gets a shot at the title.
Or you're guaranteed a match at WrestleMania. Something. Give us something. Or like number one in the Royal Rumble. Right? The person who wins gets number one 30, in the Royal Rumble. Or not fucking number one, the other one, number 30. Number one, yeah. Here's your prize. You get this shit kicked out of you for an hour.
You won a battle royal. You lasted over 25 people. Now you have to last over 30.
Exactly. Naomi should be in it and she'd win it. But yeah, so here we go. Ricochet, T-Bar, Mansoor, Cesaro, Montez Ford, Angelo Dawkins, I know just said Enzo, Eric, Ivar, R-Truth, Drew Gulak, AJ Styles, Omos, Sami Zayn, Humberto, Angel, beautiful people there. Apollo Crews, Commander Aziz, he's still around, that's all right lads, I thought he was missing. Otis, Chad Gable, Shelton Benjamin, Cedric Alexander, Dolph Ziggler, Robert Roode, Jinder Mahal, and Shanky.
AJ Styles, surely. AJ Styles.
Or I was thinking Ricochet.
But you know who's going to win?
Omos will win it.
Yeah.
Do you think so?
Nobody's eliminating him. They'll have a stare-off between him and Commander Aziz, the big men standoff like somewhere during the match.
Guard. Sorry, go on.
Well, that's it. Like,
lads, do you think there's any chance that they'll actually shock the life out of us and Montez Ford wins this and it starts his singles run?
I'd love it.
Who's going to eliminate fucking Omos though?
Everyone.
Nah.
Shanky's a big boy, isn't he? Or Jinder would eliminate him, I think.
Nah. Omos has been protected for a long time. Like, he's been protected since he debuted at WrestleMania. Like,
AJ needs to get away from him though.
Well, maybe he'll eliminate AJ, or maybe there'll be some sort of alignment there. Well, AJ saying, "Well, you step over the rope now and let me win," and he fucking just grabs AJ by his dreadlock pet, whatever he's called.
His L'Oreal
locks and throws him over.
Jeez, we might get a bit of storytelling, a bit of drama, lads, in one of our matches. Imagine. From that, then, so right, okay, I'm going to say Montez Ford. Who are you saying, AJ?
Omos.
Well, Omos, but I want AJ.
Okay. From that, then we're going into the Team Raw versus Team Smackdown for the men, for the bragging rights for absolutely no reason. Raw, we have Seth Rollins, Finn Balor, Kevin Owens, Austin Theory, and Bobby Lashley. Smackdown, I have no idea because I didn't write it down.
On last night or on Friday.
Say that again?
Yeah, Corbin, Sheamus, Drew McIntyre, Jeff Hardy.
Xavier Woods.
Yeah.
Who are we missing? Corbin, Xavier Woods, Drew, Sheamus.
Harvey Corbin, Jeff Hardy.
Jeff Hardy. There we go. So I'm presuming Raw's going over on this. I think Raw's going to go over on this.
Four heels on Raw.
This whole thing about they announced it on the network or on their Twitter page weeks ago.
Disgraceful.
And then they changed it every single week. They changed them, and on Raw it was like, what the fuck is going on?
Just gauging reactions. I mean, like the reaction to be announced on Twitter just kind of shat all over it, like, to be honest. But I think just gauging reactions. But I think Raw's going over in this. What do you think? I can't see, especially when we see what other matches are coming, I think Raw will get this win.
Yeah, I can see Rollins winning it.
Yeah, especially after last year. Didn't he lie down last year?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So I can't. Well, I mean, it won't hurt him, but like consider
to fight Big E next, I think.
Yeah.
Well, he won that. Didn't he win the ladder match for the Crown?
He did.
Yeah. So I think Big E is the natural progression.
Well,
I keep him away from
Kevin Owens. Even though Kevin Owens lost his last two matches, before he beat Finn Balor, like, he was on a losing streak, so he's after turning. So he'll get a match against Big E. Seth will get a match against Big E. AJ should get a match against Big E. So that's 3 matches there to take him up right up to fucking WrestleMania. They should a couple of feuds there.
There is, but are we going to just whack Seth Rollins, Kevin Owens, and Big E into a triple threat? Because the fans that we are of triple threats, they just whack everybody into it for
before WrestleMania.
Maybe Royal Rumble, maybe.
I'm kind of fearful because they just, to me, I don't think it seems they have a clear direction of where they're going with the championship.
Well, Brock and Drew are apparently in a triple threat against Roman for WrestleMania. That's the point.
I wonder, are we getting a New Day 3-way?
I want it, but
you said it for months.
I don't think so. Not if Roman's against Brock and Drew at WrestleMania. They're definitely putting Drew into a match at WrestleMania.
So you reckon Big E could lose it before?
No, I don't think he'll lose it. I just don't think they'll have two triple threats at WrestleMania. Like,
I think they're testing the water with Big E doing a lot of this stuff outside of WWE, like, you know, the announcements to in other sporting promotions and events, and kind of he's quite visible as well at the moment. He's kind of getting the Kofi treatment, you know, of being the guy that's visible, and kind of Drew got a little bit of that treatment as well when he was champ, that he was kind of a bit of a face of the company. I think they're kind of testing the waters with him because I feel they don't have a clear road mapped out for the championship, and they're just seeing how Big E is. Like, we were all so happy when Big E won, but I think now is the test of longevity.
A left field match and be Omos and Big E.
Ooh, Jesus Christ! Imagine if Omos went over. I think I don't know whether there'd be married.
Omos wins this. Will he win the Royal Rumble?
Hard to know.
Oh, I can't wait to start calling the Royal Rumble. But the Royal Rumble is. Go on, sorry, Doctor.
Is he ready? Like, is he? Should he be getting used just because he's tall? Like, you know, is he championship material?
No, we need to see him in the ring more, because he's not believable as a contender for any championship as of yet, because we don't know what he can do.
Exactly.
You know, and from that, then we're going into the women's match for Team Raw and Team SmackDown. We have for Raw Bianca Belair, Rhea Ripley, Liv Morgan, Carmella, and Queen Zelina Vega. Versus SmackDown, Sasha Banks, captain. There is no captain named on Raw.
No, weird.
Only very weird, and that's coming from WWE's website. Sasha Banks is listed as the captain. We have no captain listed for Raw, which, as you say, is kind of strange. Shotzi, Shayna Baszler, Natalya, and, as you said, a very toned down Toni Storm. I'm thinking SmackDown surely is going over on this.
Yeah, I think Toni Storm is going to be one of the final 3 women will survive in this one. I'm going to say. Yeah. I'm
hoping this is going to be a showcase for her after her Charlotte face-off.
Yeah. So Sasha Banks, Toni Storm, and I don't know if someone else will one other.
Shotzi?
Who's on Team Raw?
I don't think so. I think Shotzi's going to be gone, and it wouldn't surprise me if she's gone within the first 5 minutes.
I don't know. I think Raw. I think Raw might win it.
Oh, really?
Bianca Belair is on Team Raw. Like, they need to keep her a win now.
Yeah.
And Zelina Vega is undefeated for the last few weeks.
Yeah.
She's on a winning streak. So
it's a tricky one because Liv Morgan has a title shot against Becky as well. So
yeah.
But do you think that maybe actually, you're on a good point there, love, about Raw, that because, you know, Sasha Banks, I can't read my own writing, it looks like something else. Sasha Banks and Shotzi, can they coexist, is going to cause something which will lead to SmackDown losing that match. You know, to set something up maybe. So it could go either way, but I can
be the best match on it.
Yeah, to be fair, probably will be, aside from the main.
Yeah.
We then have the Raw Women's Champion Becky Lynch taking on the SmackDown Women's Champion Charlotte.
Yeah, this one is very interesting because there's a rumor going around that they're trying to do a Canadian thing, like Survivor Series 97, and they're going to do a bullshit ending.
Yeah.
Nobody wants to lose. Nobody wants to take the pin.
Well,
no.
Charlotte's not going to.
Charlotte will agree to that nonsense because it'll make her look good.
There's so. But the thing is, then you see, right, a screwy finish when we're trying to push big time Bex so much as a heel, a screwy finish, she's going to be face.
Yeah.
She will no longer be the badass heel. She will be face.
But they can't deny it. Up on SmackDown with that stupid ref thing in the women's match.
Oh, stop now.
You see that?
Yeah, the shenanigans, for fuck's sake. Like, the only person I want to see paying a ref is Tony D. And it's as simple as that. He's the only one who should be paying a ref. He's the only one who got the reason to pay a ref. But
I'm going to say no winner in this one. No one.
There's definitely going to be something causing. Now, I don't know whether there's going to be outside interference. I don't know. But as you say, who's going to take the pin for that? Or it's going to be something stupid like, didn't they remember before they had the double count out?
Yeah.
I'm thinking something along those lines, because I can imagine the politics backstage, or Vince is going to call an audible at the 11th hour.
The match didn't even happen, and something like just didn't go down. The match doesn't happen.
Could be.
It'll happen, but if the women's 5-on-5 match happens before this one, then maybe somebody will do a run out, Liv and Sasha or somebody will get involved in it or some shit, just to throw it out, because there's no way Charlotte will take the pin, and Becky's definitely not taking a pin in this match.
No. But that's their own fault. They've backed themselves into a corner because they're riding on the coattails of what happened in the ring that time with the belt exchange. Yeah. Where they could have let that simmer a little bit and then gone full force to further down the line. It didn't have to be, there was fuck all else for Survivor Series, so they had to. So.
Or they'll do what they did with Charlotte and Ronda and have Charlotte whip the shit out of her with a kendo stick, because they didn't want either of them to lose that match either. So Charlotte went heel on that match.
Oh, there's definitely going to be something, and I'm sorry, Charlotte's a natural heel. So, pitting her against heel Becky. I know it's only Survivor Series, but because there's so much going on in the background, we need somebody to, the drama is taking over this match.
Yeah.
Which is good and bad.
It's Sean and Brett, all over again, they fucking hate each other.
Yeah.
After being, I know Sean and Brett weren't really friends, but, still, there's that animosity between them. There's real life animosity, and people know it's happening. So nowadays, back then, if they had been Twitter back then when Sean and Brett were going after each other, Twitter would have blown up.
They do that Survivor Series 97 finish this. It's just this shows you how far behind the times that they are.
But this and what they consider the old reliables, that we can pull this out of the bag when we backed ourselves into a corner.
They think they're more clever than all of us.
Yeah, they are, because they're fucking, Vince is a billionaire, and some of the rest of them are all multi-millionaires. That's all they care about. That's what, they think they're rich, so obviously they're better.
Yeah, but what goes up must come down. From that, we are then going into WWE champ Big E. It's going to take on the Universal Champion, the Tribal Chief, Roman Reigns. This is one that I can see finishing in with shenanigans. I can see Brock coming out for this.
Could do. I'd like to see Big E win with Brock's interference, to be honest.
Yeah, I would too, because I don't want Big E losing this.
Yeah, he just seriously go again, once he loses.
This is it.
I can see Seth helping Roman in this.
Can you? Why?
Seth's going after Big E, he's got the contract for a title match, so he'll cost Big E this match. Big E will be protected, having an outside interference, but this is all WWE knows how to do, is distraction finishes and surprise roll-ups, and that's pretty much what it'll be. How many surprise roll-ups will be in the 5-on-5 elimination matches? Many people are going to get surprisingly rolled up.
Yeah.
Carmella's definitely getting rolled up.
Yeah.
Rhea Ripley's getting rolled up, definitely. There's no way they're going to,
Or Liv might. It's hard to know.
Baron Corbin's definitely getting rolled up. Maybe Jeff Hardy. Maybe Bobby Lashley. Who's pinning Bobby Lashley? He's going mad at them.
If we have a count out or a DQ in it as well.
Yeah, probably. Probably that too.
If Raw women's team win, I'd like Liv to get the pin.
Yeah.
I want Liv to beat Becky so badly.
Yeah, but I think, I don't know now, is that just going to flitter away again? That is just a flash in the pan, and now it's no, because of what happened with Charlotte. Now it's all the focus is on that, and now nobody else matters. And on a completely off topic as well, my heart breaks for Rhea Ripley. It just breaks for her. She's so good, and
so many of them are so good and nothing.
They don't know how
they
to
just don't know what to do, and it's painful. It's just so hard. This loops back into what we were discussing at the start. It makes it so hard to. You want to watch for them.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You really do, because sometimes the crowd will help get people over, or they might listen. But then you just don't want to support it because of what they're doing. It makes it so difficult to be a fan. And it shouldn't be hard to be a fan. You should be able to tune in. I mean, for example, for those of you who maybe are stateside and are huge fans of some shows that are going on over in Europe, Great British Bake Off, I will not miss an episode of that, because I am so invested in what's going on, right? And I will we will clear the schedule to watch that on a Tuesday at 8:30, right? I cannot wait for the final, because we're so invested in each and every one of them, how each of them have been presented to us. I'm a celebrity, get me out of here. We will tune in every night to see what's going on because it's thrilling, it's gripping. We are engaged in the characters that these people play on screen, off screen, in their real lives and everything. And it's so easy to be a fan. So easy. And when it's gone, we miss it. If I miss Raw, I'm like, what day is it? Or who's champion?
I just want to give a WWE a positive note because on SmackDown, the Xia Li thing was really, really well done.
Phil just got a text there from Vince. I knew it. Yeah. Phil chased straight away. Just got a call there. Got a call from Brucey. He did, yeah. We know.
Oh, but I just wanted like something positive for him. I thought that was really well done. I liked the animation. I liked the whole.
Yeah.
What did it remind you of?
Cowboy Bebop on Netflix.
I didn't watch all of SmackDown. I seen this online and I was looking at it, and it's just that, you know, it's great. The animation looked cool, and it was like something out of Kill Bill, the animation for the one. But it also reminded me of the animation, not the animation style, but the storytelling they were doing for the new Aleister Black character before they let him go.
Okay. Ooh, yeah.
The Dark Father stuff, like, you know, it's like, oh, they're putting them, you know, putting time in the like this animation style, you know, to get invested in this new character. And then
she will have 3 matches and be gone.
But she's unreal, like she's absolutely unreal. But again, you know, WWE, other than the fact that she's the only Chinese female talent they've got on the roster, you know, on the main roster now.
Yeah, because they've actually scrapped the other one, mate. The other day we had a big thing about it.
Jesus Christ Almighty! What she called me?
Wendy Chu.
Wendy Chu. It's lads, it's. Do you know what now, right? I was grand until I saw this, right? And then when I opened it, I was like, WWE files new trademarks. And you know, you have a little look through them. And as soon as I saw Wendy fucking Chu, I was like, oh, Jesus Christ. My first fear was Xia Li. She was my first fear. And I was like, we're doing all this badass promo stuff for her, and we're going to call her fucking Wendy Chu. I was like, stop it. And then when I found out that it was poor me, lads, Wendy Chu, I just can't. I'm like, it's the most Americanized stereotype I've ever fucking read in my life. Wendy Chu. It's like somewhere you'd pull in to get a burger, Americanized Chinese food. It's horrific. Wendy fucking Chu. It sounds like a sweet I'd buy for a penny.
Just be careful. If anybody out there watching is called Wendy Chu, we're not taking the piss out of your name. It's just WWE. Sorry.
No, to be fair, right? Look, come here. My surname was Phelan. I've heard it all. I've heard every fucking, you know. So if you're born with it, fine. But to go out of your way,
use Maybelline.
Love, if we want to get through this house move.
Ooh.
You know. But do you know what I mean? It's just, you know, that it was such good shit that spotted this name and thought it was going to sound great. You know, Wendy Chu. I don't know. It just sounds like a packet of sweets. I'm just not here for it at all. But yeah. On that note,
Phil, what else is going on in your life?
Yeah, tell us, Phil.
How was your premiere? When's your premiere? Did it happen yet? Or were we having
Friday?
Friday.
Yeah.
Woo!
Movie premiere, lads. If anybody wants to be on the red carpet, send Phil a DM. Like, he's probably busy talking to Vince and Toni at the minute, but
that's it.
He'll answer them eventually.
Totally. Very busy on the calls with old Bruce and.
Have you got your tux ready?
Nearly. I think so. I have to get a haircut, but I'll be grand.
Phil, we want loads of pictures now. Definitely now. You have to send us pictures now, the chucks that we can put up on our page. So they'll be like, oh, do you remember your man? Who was the man that multi-Academy Award winner? What was his name again? Phil Meltzer, wasn't it? What was he on again? They'd be like, what's that WrestleSlam he was on? I was like, do you remember us, Phil? You know, a couple of bob.
We'll be still here 5 years' time. You're in Hollywood bitching about Survivor Series.
Reviewing his movies.
Oh yeah, don't forget.
Slam.
The Movie Slam podcast is coming next year.
Wait for it, and yeah, we'll definitely review some of Phil's films, movies.
Phil's.
That's what you call it. Phil's films. So yeah, guys. On that note, that was a bit of a whirlwind of news this week in the world of wrestling. Enjoy Survivor Series. I definitely won't be staying up for it at all. I'm going to stick to having some sleep. Phil, you want to stay up for it?
Not this time.
Not this time, yeah. We might try it again next year, maybe.
The first one I'm going to miss in 25 years.
Stop it.
Yeah. I just don't care. I just don't care enough.
Oh my God.
What happened is I'll be dying tomorrow.
Yeah.
And it's not worth it for what it is.
No, you're absolutely right, Phil. Jeez, Vinny and Bruce, look what you're doing to Phil. 25 years he's been watching it and he's not going to do it tonight. What have you done? You've lost a good customer here you have with Karen.
If somebody on my like DVDs and stuff, you'd know how much like I just find it so hard to care anymore.
Yeah, it is. It's really difficult, like, you know, when you're not staying up enough, sure you're not.
Absolutely not.
No.
I wouldn't survive.
Ooh, the series. But so if you're staying up for it, if you're outside of the pond and you're watching it, enjoy it. We hope that the build does not reflect on the pay-per-view itself and that it brings us something really, really special. Rooting for everybody involved. Keep your heads up, work hard. And WWE is not the be on and end on. Indies are a great place to be at the moment, you know. Huge shout out as well, once again, to Phoenix, who are coming back to Cork in December on the 3rd in the Circus Factory. Cannot wait to be there. Looking forward to it. Prepping a fabulous quiz with Liz for the one and only Billy Bedlam. So I hope you're ready, Billy. And great to see wrestling again live, up and running around the country. Brings people together, positive, and allows us that chance just to be fans and not care about what's going on.
OTT also announced Rocky Romero against Mark Haskins for the 4th of December. So if it's not already sold out, you better go and get tickets for it. It's going to be some show.
100%. Lads, some great matches coming up with Phoenix and with OTT. So get on it, support Irish wrestling, and be a fan. You know, just be a fan. That's what they allow us to do. No politics, no shit, no rubbish, just to be a fan, which we totally appreciate. So from myself being sensational Queen Lizzie, from the one and only Booker G, Fat Times, and Phil's Films, all the way from LA, joining us by video link there.
Via satellite.
Via satellite from Hollywood. The one and only fan of VK and TK. It is Phil Meltzer. Guys, have a fantastic day. Enjoy wherever you're joining us from, and we shall chat to you all soon. Bye.
Bye, guys.